Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners. It's me, Mrs. Readwright, back in the art room where we're going to look at art and talk about art, create art, and learn more about artists. I wanted to say hello to a few people, 4 people, so we'll say 1, 2, say hi to you, and you call out the 4 names you'd like to say. 1, 2, say hi to you. Hello, Claire and Christo, Camila, and Cesar. All right, let me put these back in my pocket and let's begin. On Tuesday, we talked about the repeating pattern, and we are talking about them using the Zentangle, which is a way of doodling. And we're talking about La Piñata, and today we're going to talk a little bit about texture. We talked about texture last week, and it was how things felt. So let's go over to the print and see if we can figure out, what does that feel like? Well, what do you think that feels like? Is it cool, or is it rough, or is it smooth? Is it bumpy? Is it slick? Let me get my pointer. Come on over. Here it is at La Piñata. So when I look at these fanning streamers, what do you think they feel like? That thin paper in your hands? What about her red skirt? Maybe it feels like my apron does, or my red dress. What about this sarape he's wearing? It's woven and it's using kind of rough yarn. I wonder what that feels like. What about this floor? It's made out of clay, and I'm sure when he's lying down there, he can feel how cool it is. It's a cool ceramic tile. He might be lying there feeling that. It's in the evening, you can see the lights in the background. I wonder what it feels like on your skin in the weather that it is there. Her bow is made out of some satin, and you know satin, what it feels like? It's cool and it's very smooth. It's on the edge of many blankets. Well, we're going to go over and look at our poem that comes from One is a Piñata. And then we're going to come back and look at the chart, and there's a funny part that happens in the song. This is from that book, One is a Piñata. And One is a Piñata, they're talking about burbujas. Those of you who speak Spanish, do you know that means bubbles? And I'm going to use this bird because it talks about the bubbles wiggling, and he wiggles when I try and play him. And this beater stick goes down the back of him. It's like a huiro. And the huiro does this, and he's hollow, so all the sound comes out of the hole on his chest. And so I can say, 3 are burbujas that slide and wiggle. 3 are the pops, and then the giggles. I'm going to go over so we can say pop, pop, pop. 3 are the burbujas that slide and wiggle. 3 are the pop, pop, pops, and then the giggles. You know when you blow bubbles up and they fly around and everyone wants to chase them and pop them? Everyone starts laughing about it. I'm not sure why, but I think it's kind of fun. Let's go back to the chair so we can make our art. Yesterday, I asked you if you had a paper bag and if you had some tissue paper, and I talked about tissue paper. It's not the kind you really draw on because it's used for a piñata. And I got one of every color in the rainbow, and I put them together like this, and I'm going to cut a big stripe of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Trying to be careful with my scissors. I'm going to set this up here because I have a feeling I'm going to need more. It's still folded in half. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers. I'm going to fringe the bottom. So how you fringe is you hold your paper together and you snip it and snip it and snip it. It doesn't all have to be exactly the same size, but don't go all the way to the top because that's where I'm going to use that top part to glue it on my lunch bag. I didn't have a lunch bag, so I bought something at a store. I save all my bags because I told you that I save my paper, so I have art paper to use all the time. I don't have to ask my mom and dad to buy me paper. I like to just save the paper bags I have. So here, this had a scarf in it, I think I bought. And it's pretty big for a big old lunch, but here's the size of it. And I want to make a top part folded so I can put some yarn on it if I want to hang it up. I'm not putting candy inside or fruit. I could put beans and make it into a maraca if I wanted to, but I'm just doing this as a decoration. I think I'll hang it up in my kitchen so that I can look at it and think I'm having a celebration. Do you see how I folded the top of the bag to catch the yarn? I'm going to do that last. So I'm going to fold my bag back up, and I'm going to start on here. Now I have to tell you a trick about using tissue paper. You must start at the bottom. Let me show you why you would want to. Let's put these on my lap so I can get them and reach them easily. I'm going to show you what it looks like if I start at the bottom, and then the mistake if you accidentally start at the top. When I put it at the bottom, the fringe hangs down like this, fringe down. If I started at the top, oh, I'll show you. On my next row then, if I glue this one, the fringe will still be there. It won't be covered up if I do that. But, oh, it fell. But if I start at the top, look what happens. If I glued this here, I would glue this right on top of the fringe, and you wouldn't see the fringe from this row to the next. So, let's start at the bottom. I don't put the glue on this because it's too delicate and it will rip. So I'm going to put my first glue on the bottom of my bag. Not on the very bottom, but at the bottom line. So come on out, glue, and make a nice stripe of glue. Now remember, if you're working in your living room where you're watching the television, ask first before you use messy materials, because if they get on your furniture, no one's happy about it. And we want to keep everyone happy so that they still love the art. If art makes a mess, people say, oh, let's not get that out. So I'm going to make the glue up a little higher. And I put my stripe of glue there. And I use my next color. Do you notice I'm doing it in rainbow order? You don't have to. I just like to do that. I keep my crayons in rainbow order. I use my paints in rainbow order. I'm a rainbow order kind of girl. What color comes next? Red, orange. You're right, it's yellow. Put the stripe of glue. Ooh, sometimes glue bottles are hard to squeeze. I'm squeezing it as hard as I can and it's barely coming out. But it's working. Get your yellow, Mrs. Readwright. Get it unstuck from the green. Oh, don't do it too hard, it will rip it. Do you notice I'm talking to myself? Lots of times I talk to myself inside my head, but since I'm wanting you to know what I'm thinking about, I'm telling you all of my thoughts. Then press it down. What comes next? It goes paper, glue, paper, glue, paper, glue. So I just did paper. That's right, it's glue again. And I'm making it up a little higher. And I'll put the green on next. Come on. Be careful, don't drip it through the glue, it'll stick to everything. There we go. Might need 2 sets of hands. If you have a grown-up or someone bigger than you, they can help you. Don't let them do your whole work though. Just say, could you hold the end while I put this part on? So paper, glue, putting the light blue, because in the true rainbow there's light blue, and then there's a color called indigo. And indigo is so, so dark. They even have ink that's an indigo color that you can barely see. It's almost black. Paper, glue, paper, glue. Oh, I have another color of blue. Light blue, turquoise blue. I'm going to do paper glue. I hope no one's bored because they have to watch me gluing my own. But you'll get the idea so that you'll know what to do. If you don't have your paper today, you can maybe get some of this paper. I got it at that store where everything costs $1. There's a bunch of those kinds of stores around our town, and you can get some, and it has all the rainbow colors in it. Okay, so let's see, red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, turquoise, indigo. Oh, here's our last color. Good. I think since this is a bigger bag than a lunch bag, I would have to do red again and just follow the rainbow again. So I've got this, and I'm holding it with 2 hands so it doesn't get stuck in the glue, and I put it on there. Now you may want to keep going and go around the back and glue it on the back, and that would look great. I'm just going to keep mine on the front today just so that you can see. Now, I can put something in here, maybe some paper to make the bag stay open, or I'll just have it filled with air. And I'll put this on here, and I can put the glue inside and close the bag up, and put glue on the back so I can glue down this part that holds the yarn. Put my yarn in there. Watch, I'll do this. I'll even cut off a piece so I don't have anything, the ball go rolling across and have a cat chase after it. I'll put it on here, and I'm going to fold this back and smash it down. Do you remember when we glued something on our texture art? We had to count to 10. Help me. Let's count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm going to put my fingers here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Will it stay closed if I hold it up to show you? Look, my piñata. It's ready to hang up. What is a piñata? I think I better glue these around so I finish it. So you make your piñata and you can show it. If you want to make one and show it to me, you could maybe send me a picture of you working on it or with it all finished and send it to the address below. That would be great. I love getting mail. All right, shall we get ourselves ready for tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to use colored paper. We're going to use scissors. I'm going to use one of these permanent pens that doesn't wash out. Remember I told you about this kind that doesn't wash out, or you can use a black crayon. We can use circles by tracing around a plate, and I'm bringing my pastels. So let's give our goodbye by saying, bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as tiny as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as big as we can. Goodbye. Last one we'll do we'll do fast and slow. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as fast as we can. Goodbye. And slowly, goodbye. See you tomorrow. It'll be great.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.